There's no way this guy's in here. Hold on. Why? There's no way he's in here. Ain't no way. Why? Are you gonna you're gonna be you're gonna I can't hear anything you're saying, but you're gonna join? Are you gonna be a co-host or no? I had no idea. I looked down at my screen and I saw you. I was like, what's going on here? Live. Is this guy taking pictures of me? Hold on, guys. I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for other people to join real quick before I get started and posting this around, getting people in here. Let me add Vince real quick. Let's see what he wants. What you doing, big guy?
I'm currently sitting in the car on the Delaware, whatever this is. I don't know.
Oh, you're on the ferry?
Yeah, I'm on the ferry.
Wow.
I'm sitting in the car by myself.
Is this? Are you going to be on, or you want me to?
I'll be on for some of the time.
You're doing
Probably
for
not
some
the whole
of the time?
thing.
Huh?
Some of the time. Yeah, some of the time.
All right. I'm just setting this around. I don't know what's so funny, big guy. I'm ready. I'm waiting for.
I'll just stay for the first segment and then leave.
All right. I'm waiting for other people to join. I don't. I'm a little bit concerned. I don't think people are used to this 5:30 start time.
I know.
I'm not used to it yet. No.
I'm not used to it either.
Excuse me.
Oh, good.
Hold on, guys. Oh wait, hold on. No. I accidentally hit end stream. Yeah, no, Vince. What up, Eric? The Palestina in the group chat, or not even in the group chat, in the comments says Vince is looking majestic in the car. He's on his way down to Delaware. He's on the ferry.
Yes, sir.
We'll have him on for like a tad bit of time because
yes,
I know whatever he's busy doing whatever he's doing. But yeah, no, we'll have him on for a good part of the first segment, and then yeah, we'll see what goes on from there. But I'm waiting for other people to join because there's just I'm not too many. I'm just waiting. I gotta wait. I don't wanna. What's beeping in there?
Sorry, I had to turn on the car for a second. I was dying of heat exhaust. I thought that was a stroke.
I'm ready, but I'm just waiting. I want to get going. I have a good show planned. I'm ready to rumble.
True. I like the topics of today.
I'm fired up. Live join right now. Let's see how many people have seen the story. Couple people. We have a couple people in here right now. What's going on, everybody? What up with the 5:30 start time? Well, what happened? Because I'm doing the new series now, where I'm going over like the recap after every Phillies game or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And the Phillies start at 6:00. They got an early start time tonight, so I'm trying to not miss the majority of the game because I have to do my little clip after the game of me raging or talking good about the Phillies, and then I got to do my recap after the game. But the Phillies play at at 6:05 tonight. It's the third game of the 3-game set against the Dodgers. Harper is back in the lineup tonight. We got Schwarber DHing, Turner batting second at shortstop, Harper back at first. He's batting third. Then Bohm playing third base, batting in cleanup at 4. Then you have Stott at second base, batting 5th. Then Castellanos batting 6th, back in right field. And then you have Marsh in 7th, batting or playing in left field. Rojas back in the lineup tonight. He's in center field. And then batting last is Garrett Stubbs catching. He's catching for the second game in a row tonight. I don't like that. I don't like Garrett Stubbs. I think he's a loser, but it is what it is. And Nola is our starting pitcher tonight. And then for the Dodgers, Ohtani's DHing, batting first. Then catching's Will Smith. Then Freddie Freeman at first base. Teoscar Hernandez batting 4th in left field. Andy Page is batting 5th in right field. Miguel Rojas, who had a couple nice RBIs and hits yesterday. He's batting 6th in shortstop. They have James Outman in center field, batting 7th. Then Chris Taylor at third base. He's batting 8th. And then Gavin Lux at second base. He's batting last. And then the Dodgers pitcher, I've never heard of them. Their entire pitching staff's banged up. So this is the reason, as I stated before, this is the reason why I'm starting early. I want to watch the Phillies game. I don't want to miss a lot of it. And also, just a quick couple announcements before we get this game started here. We have merch, or I have merch out. The merch, you can DM me on Instagram. If you know me personally, you can text me about it. Go ahead. I'm wearing the green shirt right now. You can hit me up. We'll get the shirts out. I just got to order out. Order's ready. And then another thing, if you guys want to call in, we have a couple good topics today. If you guys want to call into this, you have to DM me on Instagram. I'll send you the link. Or if you know me personally, just text me, and I will send you the link if you want to call in about any of these topics. But without further ado, I want to get this game started.
Sure.
And so my first topic I want to talk about tonight, and this is a topic I touched on in a podcast I did by myself, and that is the fact that I am more excited for the upcoming 76ers basketball season than I am for my beloved Eagles football season.
True.
And I'm not sure if that is because the Sixers have signed a lot more guys recently than the Eagles, or if I'm genuinely excited for Sixers basketball. But I haven't been really excited for an Eagles year since really going into the 2022 year. But right now, my hopes are at an all-time high for the Sixers. I'm ready for the Sixers. And just to start this, the way that this G League Summer League is playing, this Adam Bonia, however you say his name, this guy could get legitimate minutes this year. Ricky Council dropped 30. This guy, he's legitimate. Jared McCain, I know I have my differences with Jared McCain, but he's playing very well. So I know I've said a lot about the Sixers needing a bench, but some of these young guys are playing pretty solid. They can get legitimate minutes on the bench. But leave a comment down below. You guys can start commenting if you guys want to call in, text me. I'll give you guys the link. But I want Vince's opinion. Are you more excited for the Sixers season or the Eagles? Let me hear it.
So this might be shocking to some, but honestly, the Sixers. I mean, I was watching the Summer League game last night. Ricky Council has consistent success. He had 30 points the first game. Don't really know what he scored the second game, but I know he exploded last night. You have young stars like Jared McCain, who's coming up. Jeff Dalton, who's another young promising player who was shooting the ball well. And then you have the new signings, which we have Andre Drummond, which is enhanced rebounding and defense, which the Sixers desperately needed in the postseason run last year. You have Eric Gordon, a veteran guard who can shoot the ball, who's got playoff experience. And then you have a couple other players like Paul George, who's going to be a big impact player and who could be that third all-star player that they're looking for that he really didn't get with James Harden. And honestly, the Eagles, in terms of looking at that, we're kind of in a dry spot. We haven't really signed anyone since the start of free agency, and training camp is still 2 weeks away. And by the way, the Eagles ended last year. I mean, there's a lot to hope for the Eagles, but we really got to see it to believe it, and we really got to see them in action for them to kind of make us believe and make us excited for the team. Because the way that they ended last year was not very good. But you could say the same for the Sixers, but just overall, you like what you're seeing with the younger guys, and you like what you're seeing with the old veteran guys coming into the building. So that's pretty much what I gotta say.
So I just want to go off again on what Vince said. I think I would be more excited for Eagles football if they had a good minicamp. After what happened at the end of last year and my differences with Jalen Hurts, if I watched him and the entire team have a great minicamp and OTAs, I'd be pretty excited. But from what the reports were, it was not as great as we expected. And this is like a downtime in the NFL. There's not much going on, and I'm usually very excited for Eagles training camp. You know, when the pads get on, the smell of the pads. It's summertime. You're juiced up. You know, I'm not too excited, and I don't know if it's because of Jalen Hurts, and I don't even want to talk about Jalen Hurts, but I don't. I'm not excited for Eagles football right now. I'm obviously I want them to play. Obviously, I want to see them do good, but I'm not ready. I don't care. I don't even care about them. I do it. I don't even care about them. I'm ready to see Paul George knocking down wing threes. I'm ready to see Joel Embiid in the post backing down on some guys with a mid-range jumper. I'm ready to see Tyrese Maxey driving the lane doing a little jelly roll up around the rim. I'm ready to see Caleb Martin cook the Celtics. I'm ready for Sixers basketball like no end. I mean, I'm excited. I'm happy. And as much as I have my differences with Daryl Morey, I'm very, very proud of what he was able to do so far. And I don't think that he's done. I think you might see a trade or another free agency signing soon or at some point. But there's a lot to look for. There's a lot more to look forward to this when you talk about Sixers basketball because of how good the summer league has been so far. You can't look at their record. You have to look at the way these guys are playing. The way I see Ricky Council playing, this guy got no minutes, and rarely any minutes last year during the season, and he's going to get legitimate minutes on this bench, and I'm excited for that. You have the young center Adam Bowie. He looks solid.
He looks amazing. He was playing a lot of minutes.
No, he looks like a Joel Embiid. Maybe he doesn't have like a shot like Embiid. He could be like a next Drummond.
But he's got explosiveness. He's like Andre Drummond, but he's got explosiveness. He could dunk and he's quick.
Yeah. No, he's quick. He's tall. He's quick, and there's just something about it. And then Bubba, I'm ready. I'm ready for both, but I'm more excited for the Sixers. The Eagles. I think the Eagles. I'm gonna say it. I'm honest. I say it like it is. Eagles are going to lose 6 or 7 games this year. There's a chance. There's a legitimate chance. And yes, this team's very good. But I think there's more drama around this team than that's coming out. And I don't know.
I feel like there's just nothing to be excited for. Like I remember 2 years ago before. I don't know if it was the year we went to the Super Bowl, but when we saw the videos of Jalen Hurts throwing to AJ Brown, before we traded for him, that was peak. That was excitement. You're seeing something out of your quarterback. You're seeing potential moves that could be made. But I mean, and then we had the Super Bowl run, which is good, and then we're excited for the next season, obviously, because that postseason success. And then now we're here, and it's nothing. Nothing is going on. We're not seeing Jalen Hurts work out with any of the elite players on the team. We're not seeing anything and not hearing anything from anybody. And then, so I'm just excited to see the Sixers because that's what we're actually seeing right now. And I'm excited to see Embiid without Tobias Harris. I think not having a player where it's we're kind of dreading watching them during the season, not having a Ben Simmons where we're all right, he's not going to put up any points for us. It's going to be another season of this where we're not going to have Tobias Harris, another season of him disappointing us. I feel like having none of those players in the view for the Sixers and just having all this potential ahead of you, I feel like you can't help but be excited for the Sixers.
No, I agree. And, Tobias Harris, what a low life he is. But when it comes to Tobias Harris, this guy, there's like a freaking cord here. I'm trying to move the cord out the way. But when it comes to Tobias Harris, this guy clogged the floor up so much. He clogged the floor. He couldn't get open. He couldn't shoot. He couldn't pass. So then you add his replacement, Caleb Martin, who can shoot 35%, who can get rebounds, who can drive the lane, who can dunk, who can lay it up, who has a mid-ranger. And here's the best part. He's a facilitator. He gets open. He can get guys open. And he doesn't clog up the middle. He knows where he has to be. He knows how to play. He's smart. And here's the best part. He's a Celtics killer. And if the Sixers want to beat the Celtics, the Sixers currently are the second best team in the East. But if they want to beat the Celtics, then they have to beat the Celtics to go anywhere. But if they want to beat the Celtics, they needed Caleb Martin. And Caleb Martin is the guy that's going to do it. Caleb Martin knows how to do it, and he's going to do it. And Joel Embiid, you know he's going to be injured. I know it. You know it. Everybody knows Embiid's going to be injured. So when it comes to Embiid, now having somebody, not even Embiid, when it comes to Maxey, when Embiid was down, you knew Maxey knew he was the only guy that could shoot, the only guy that could really play. And Oubre once in a while, and Batum once in a while. But now that you have Paul George, you still have Maxey, you add Caleb Martin, and you have Oubre, you have guys that can take over for Embiid when Embiid goes down. And then you have guys off the bench. So when you think about it, there's guys that are going to step up on this Sixers team. There's guys that can play basketball on this Sixers team. And it's not like the sloppy games that we've seen before. You know, with Doc Rivers, we have a coach that knows how to make game plans, that knows how to make adjustments, that knows how to coach down the stretch and be a leader. Now then you have guys that can step up and play legitimate minutes, even guys that are young. I just don't see that on the Eagles. The Eagles, Nick Sirianni is a moron, and whether he's calling the plays or not, he's still the head coach. And he still has a headset on, and whatever he said actually really goes, and that's not okay. So the Eagles, then Jalen Hurts has a problem with Nick Sirianni. Vince has his different of opinions. I still think that they have problems, and I don't trust Kellen Moore the way that Vince trusts Kellen Moore. And only bright spot on this Eagles team is the defense. That defense looks legitimate. That defense looks like they can make a difference. And I'm excited for the defense. But what else you got to say about this, Vince?
I mean, there's a lot to look forward to with the draft that we had. I mean, getting Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean, feel like two potential bright spots. I feel like the cornerback room is insanely crowded. I feel like anyone can come out on top of that group. You have Keely Ringo. You have Isaiah Rodgers, who we got last offseason. I mean, you have a lot of players who can step up. I just feel like, I don't know, there's a lot of unknowns with the team right now. So I think really it's just got to wait till training camp to see these guys blossom and kind of see them advance. And then, I don't know, Jalen Hurts isn't making me too happy right now after that mini camp. And it's kind of just hard to watch the struggle of the offense, especially as the young defense that we have is kind of beating up on them. But, you know, I'd love to see someone like Jordan Davis take that next step.
He needs to lose some, just not to interrupt you, he needs to lose some serious weight. There is some serious concern behind Jordan Davis. And I understand in the comments, people are going to say, well, you're not too skinny either. But here's the difference. I'm not in the National Football League, folks. I'm not out there getting paid millions. This guy, he needs to lose some serious weight. He needs to hit the lab. And here's the thing. The guy's injured all the time. He needs to figure it out. Go ahead.
Yeah, he's got too many small injuries that kind of halted his progression. But if you look at the start of the season, he was playing amazing. He was getting sacks, which he isn't really asked to do. He was stopping the run on a high level. We had one of the best run defenses in the NFL. But then as we kind of fell off, so did he. And it kind of just stopped the progress of the team. But overall, high hopes for the defense. Offense worries me. And I'm going to sign off because we just got in Delaware. So that's all I have to say.
All right. I'll see
Yeah.
you, Vince. Thank you, my bud. All right, guys. It's just me now. We're back to just me. This is the way it was supposed to be. I had no idea he was going to be in. But just to finish up this topic, because there's really not much more to say when it comes to when it comes to this topic. I don't know really how many people are actually listening, but here's the thing. If you want to call in, you want to leave a comment, we can continue this topic, we can continue this conversation. You want to leave a comment, you can go ahead and leave a comment. I'll continue to talk about it. We can discuss this. If you want to call in, text me personally if you know me. And if not, you can DM me on Instagram and I'll send you the link. And that's that. But no, but I'm ready. I'm more. As I said, I am more ready for Sixers basketball than there is than Eagles football. And I think I know I keep repeating myself, but there's something about the Eagles right now that concerns me. It concerns me. Jalen Hurts does not look like an MVP that he once was, and Nick Sirianni, there's more drama with him than there is Donald Trump. And I'm just going to like the Sixers, in my opinion, they feel more together right now, and I don't know why. When you hear your guys say, when you hear Tyrese Maxey say that Joel Embiid made him more confident and really taught him how to play, and blah 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 blah, and then you have Embiid saying that Maxey's his best teammate he's ever had. Then you have Paul George saying that these guys, that Embiid, Maxey, are the reason why Paul George came here. They've really talked him into it. He really seen the vision and the mission that these guys had. Then you go, then Oubre. He says, I really started to love basketball when I came to the city of Philadelphia. There's something. I understand that the Sixers have not made it out of the second round, and maybe they won't. Maybe they won't again. But there's something serious to look forward to when you have a legitimate coach, you have a legitimate starting five, you have a bench that could actually play, and I'm not taking any credit away from the Eagles. The Eagles are still a good team. The Eagles will most likely still be a good team. But the Eagles need I need to see some Eagles mini camp or Eagles training camp. That's what I need to see. That's what I need to see to get me started up. I mean, this is different. This is a different time in Philadelphia sports. And Jalen Hurts scares me. I don't know if I can trust Jalen Hurts. I know I can't trust Nick Sirianni. And the defense is the only bright spot. We have Jalen Carter, who ran out of gas last year. I don't know if he can last. You know, when he got to week 10, he hit a brick wall. Bang, hit it. Couldn't play anymore. Jordan Davis is fat, out of shape, slow, and he doesn't know how to hit the lab. He doesn't play. Fletcher Cox is retired. Brandon Graham's going to take barely any snaps. And so he's going to take barely any snaps. Bryce Huff is. I mean, how much can you put on Bryce Huff? Then you don't have Hassan Reddick anymore. Hassan Reddick, who was your number one run stopper, and I wouldn't even say run. He was the number one pass rusher. He got to the quarterback. Then you have these young guys like the Kobe Dean, who's always injured. He's never going to play. Nolan Smith. I wouldn't say that I trust Nolan Smith. I say that I think Nolan Smith could have a pretty decent year, but again, he's undersized. And yes, he's fast, but he's undersized. And he has to step into the shoes that Hassan Reddick once was. And I don't know if he can, you know. And then, so let's read the comments here, folks. Palestina, underrated point. Caleb Martin reportedly taking $30 million less to come here. I did see that. And yes, I don't even, it's not about the money. Look, there is something to say when these guys that we could say what I could say. Look, I could say whatever I want about Daryl Morey. I could say whatever I want about that scumbag Josh Harris. But when these guys are taking less, I mean, and it's not just like $1 million or $2 million. It's like significant less money. They come and play for the Philadelphia 76ers. That says something to me. That says that they trust what Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, Nick Nurse, and Daryl Morey. That they trust what their vision is. They trust what they have to say and do. And that actually kind of surprises me because I've had my differences with Joel Embiid. And hey, they're taking significant less money. They come and play for the Philadelphia 76ers. If that doesn't make you happy and jolly inside, then I don't know what will. I feel like in terms of the Eagles, the big signings don't get me that excited because we've had two different 1,000-yard backs the last two seasons, and we lost Reddick to get Huff, who was worse. Yes, I agree with that. And I know I know I'm not like I wasn't the biggest guy on Miles Sanders, but the guy was a 1,000-yard rusher. The guy was a 1,000-yard rusher, whatever, fine. And he wasn't the best, whatever. They bring DeAndre Swift in. I actually really like DeAndre Swift. I think he was a great back. He was fast. He was swifty. And I think that we didn't use him properly. We didn't use him properly. We had that robot and idiot Brian Johnson as our offensive coordinator, and that jacked him up. That made it a lot worse. But we didn't use Rashad Penny well. We didn't even use Rashad Penny. We didn't use Kenny Gainwell well. So. And then when it comes to Sam Reddick, he was one of the best, in my opinion, one of the best pass rushers in the league. He was quick, he was fast, he could also drop back into coverage. I really like Hassan Reddick. And then we have Bryce Huff. I don't know Bryce Huff. I never followed the Jets, so it's not like I sit here and watch Bryce Huff's stats. But Bryce Huff, he's got significant shoes to step into because we have to believe and trust that Bryce Huff is going to be able to get us 10 sacks or more. I don't think so. That's that. WIP question of the day. Do you think Saquon will have the same impact on the Eagles like Christian McCaffrey had on the Niners? Yes. And now I say that with a little bit of, hold on, I'm reading the comments. So go back to that comment, Eastern Kentucky basketball. Kyle Lowry, breaking news. Kyle Lowry is headed back to the Philadelphia 76ers. Oh, wow. Hold on now. I'm reading the comments. Hold on. I'm hopping on Twitter, folks. Give me a couple seconds. We just got breaking news. Breaking news that Kyle Lowry is headed back to the Philadelphia 76ers. I would tend to believe it's on a veteran minimum. I have not. I'm reloading Twitter right now. Nothing's coming up. Hold on now, folks. Hold on. I'm trying to find it. I'm just going to keep going. I'm sure I'm going to get the live updates from my buddy. He's got it. But from what I've heard, Kyle Lowry back to the Philadelphia 76ers. I'm sure it's on a veteran minimum. But to answer Eastern Kentucky basketball's question, will Saquon have the same impact on the Eagles that Christian McCaffrey did? I think so. And I don't think it's because we're going to I think it's because the fact that Jalen Hurts might play very bad. No, I wouldn't say very bad, but I think we're going to have to rely on Saquon Barkley. And not only can Saquon Barkley be a runner, but Saquon Barkley can catch. He's fast, he's shifty, he can block, he's a bigger guy, and he can catch. So I actually very well like that, and I think that he will make a very big impact on the Eagles the same way that Christian McCaffrey did. I think that Barkley will be a 1,000-yard rusher. I think there's no doubt that he'll be a 1,000-yard rusher. And that is that. All these players are coming to the Sixers for less money, and it sort of shows how the hype is around the team and the potential. No, and the Eagles have always, the Sixers have always had high potential. The Sixers have always had hype. The Sixers have always been known or had a chance to go big and go far. But I think now when you now have another year of Nick Nurse, you have a fully healthy Joel Embiid, you have Maxey, who I think's the face of the franchise, you have Paul George. Now this team's hyped up. So the breaking news comes from The Athletic. A 1-year deal. Woj just posted it as well. John Clark confirmed. I'm going to hop back on the Twitter and go read this once again, folks. Give me a couple seconds here. But from what I've heard, from what I see, he is back on a 1-year deal. And that is that. I'm trying to find it. Hold on now, guys. Hold on. Kyle Lowry. No, there's nothing. There's not even any, really nothing has posted yet. Let me search up The Athletic. Here it is. No, why don't I still don't got nothing. What's going on with this? What's going on with this? I got no idea. Woj. Hold on, guys. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Free agent guard Kyle Lowry has agreed to a one-year deal to return to the Philadelphia 76ers. Mark Bartenstein tells ESPN, Lowry announced on Instagram he is back. So they got the news from Lowry. Kyle Lowry is back on a one-year deal. I'm very excited, and I actually really like Kyle Lowry. And Kyle Lowry he's not going to start. He's not going to take legit. He's not going to be like how he was in the playoffs. But Kyle Lowry will be. He's going to make a difference, and it's going to be nice to see how a guy that is older, that has experience around the league, that knows how to play, that has playoff experience, that has championship experience, is really going to help this team. It's going to help Paul George. It's going to help Maxey develop. It's going to help Embiid. And, so I'm very excited about this. But enough about the Sixers and Eagles. We're going to switch over. And here it is. What up? Hey, how you doing? Should the Phillies keep Marchand? Hold on. Should the Phillies keep Rafael Marchand or Garrett Stubbs when JT comes back? Some of you already know my answer to this. I say Rafael Marchand needs to stay up over Garrett Stubbs. So as I stated before, Garrett Stubbs is catching for the second day in a row. This is the first time that he has done that second day in a row. Usually they do every other day, but he has not. As soon as, but they do every other day. But I really like our guy. I really like Rafael Marchand. And the thing is, Rafael Marchand, and when he got called up, since then, he's batting .313 with 3 homers and 6 RBIs. And not only is he better defensively, not only is he a better hitter, better base runner, but he's better defensively. I seen Stubbs not be able to throw guys out last night. I see him having a hard time blocking the balls. I think Rafael Marchand is so much better. His pop time, when he gets that ball and he throws it down to second, he's quick. And it's much better than what I see out of Garrett Stubbs. And I'm very, very excited. And so Garrett Stubbs, this entire year, he's been up a lot longer than Marchand. He's gotten a lot more at-bats than Marchand. And Garrett Stubbs is batting .200, 1 homer, and 6 RBIs. Marchand batting .313, 3 homers and 6 RBIs. And not only is Marchand hitting home runs, it's not even about the homers, folks. It's not about the homers. It's about, can the guy get on base? Can the guy hit guys around? Can he run the bases well? I say yes, and it is true. It is factual. It is what I see. And when now people are in the comments, people are going to text me, people are going to say this, people are going to say that. They're going to say that Garrett Stubbs has to stay up in the major leagues because he is the number one vibes guy. He gets the chemistry going. He's the vibes guy. He knows how to play the music. He knows how to sing the tune, and the guys sing the tune back. When your team has legitimate World Series aspirations and legitimate World Series chances, keeping a guy that your only reason why he's here is to keep the chemistry and to keep the vibes, I don't think so. When you want to win a championship, and you want to play good baseball, and you want to win, you need to keep the guy that's obviously the better player. You need to keep the guy that you know is going to make a difference. You need to keep the guy that's going to play better baseball. And right now, that's Rafael Marchand. And if you send Stubbs down and he picks it up down there and he figures it out, fine. By all means, you can bring him back up. But the way he's playing right now, he's getting outplayed, he's getting outdesigned, he's getting outran by Marchand. And when you want to play, when you want to win, and you have legitimate World Series aspirations, you have legitimate chances to win a World Series. And we're not just saying it. We have the best record in the league. We're the best team in the league. Rafael Marchand, to me, is the absolute no-brainer. Not the absolute no-brainer. That I don't look. If you're a team that has a chance, isn't that good, but has a chance to make a wild card, I would be all okay with a guy that's there for the vibes and a guy that's there to build the chemistry up. But when you're as good as this ball club, and you have a guy that is playing significantly better baseball offensively and defensively than this guy that brings the vibes and the chemistry, you need to keep the guy that's playing better baseball. I don't see why you wouldn't. I mean, I know Rob Thompson and this Phillies front office is a lot smarter than that. And they need to keep Marchand. This guy's batting 113 better than Stubbs. He has 2 more homers, and they have the same amount of RBIs. Garrett Stubbs has more at-bats. He has more plate appearances, and he's been playing the entire year up in the big leagues. And he has less home runs, a worse batting average, and he has the same RBIs that a guy that just started a month ago, 3 weeks ago, and the guy has 2 more home runs than him, and has the same amount of RBIs, and he gets on base more. He's better running the bases, and as I keep saying, he's better defensively. That's all I got to say. That's all. I rest my case. But so I got my point across. You guys want to comment? You guys want to talk about this subject? Go ahead. Leave me a comment. If you guys want to call in, get this on the road. You want to get your voices, your opinion. We can have a conversation. You can DM me on Instagram at Broad Street Sports, or you can text me personally if you want to call in. Either way, either one is fine. But let's continue to talk about this subject. Marchand needs to stay up when JT Realmuto comes back instead of Garrett Stubbs. Let's hear what you guys have to say. Yeah, go Phillies. No, I agree. Go Phillies. It's just so the game is underway, folks. The Phillies are on. For the people that just joined, or that just have joined here. But this is the Phillies. The Phillies are playing right now, and it's the rubber match of the 3-game set versus the Dodgers. The lineup for the Phillies is Schwarber DHing, Turner at shortstop, Harper at first, Bohm at third, Stott at second base, Castellanos in right field, Marsh in left field, Rojas in center field, and Stubbs catching once again. And he's batting last. Nola, the way I'm looking at it right now, struck Ohtani, flew out to right field. Will Smith struck out looking, and it's a 1-0 count to Freeman. And for the Dodgers, the lineup is Ohtani, Will Smith catching, then Freddie Freeman at first base, Teoscar Hernandez in left field, Andy Page is in right field, Miguel Rojas at shortstop, James Outman in center field, Chris Taylor at third base, Gavin Lux at second base. 1-1 count to Freeman. Before people say, yes, I am sweating. It is hot as balls in here. Let me just tell you that. But I'm going to wrap this up. We haven't got a lot of I know it's a bit of a change. I know people are not used to this 5:30 start time. I just had to start it early because of this Phillies game. That's it, guys. We'll be back to hopefully the 7 o'clock, or the 7:15 start times next time. But I just wanted to get this out there. So I'm going to switch the banner. Go ahead. We're going to do some extra Phillies talk. A lot of people in here anymore. It's okay. But no, I'm just going to talk a little bit. And I know I talked a little bit more. I know I talked about this a lot, actually, when it came to the Phillies last night. The Phillies, Christopher Sanchez pitched last night. And now this is just my opinion. Ever since Christopher Sanchez had that complete game shutout against the Miami Marlins 2 weeks ago, I think it was, he hasn't been the same. And people in the comments and people IRL, people whatever, are going to say, well, he actually pitched really well. And in most cases, yes, he actually did pitch well tonight. But for the hopes and the expectations that I have for this guy, for the expectations that I have for Christopher Sanchez, and the way that he has been pitching before, last night was not. It was okay. It was mediocre. It wasn't all that. And then the weekend, then the outing before on July the 4th, this guy got absolutely rocked and shelled versus the Cubs. And, Nick Castellanos and Bryce Harper are my favorite. How about you? My favorite is Harper. Number one for my favorite is Harper. Then the second is I'm going to go with JT. And then I'm going to go I don't know what it is about Castellanos. I like Castellanos. And then I'm going to go Stott and then Wheeler, whatever. But really, Harper's my favorite. I don't know. That might be biased, obviously, but whatever. Phillies are my favorite team. Love my Phils. Yeah, me too. Okay. So just as I said, couple extra little bit of Phillies talk here. Christopher Sanchez looked mediocre last night. He was okay. It wasn't the way that we know him to be. And I'm okay with it. The Phillies still got the win. But then you see, he hasn't looked since that complete game shutout. He hasn't looked like Christopher Sanchez. That's all I'm saying. Then the Phillies. Here's the thing: the Phillies need to go out and get a bullpen arm. I know I still want a outfielder, Luis Roberts or whoever, Britton Rooker, whatever. But the Phillies need a bullpen arm. And that's because I don't trust Seranthony Dominguez. Seranthony pitched okay last night, but I don't trust him. So, and Jose Alvarado has been eh. Jose Alvarado was so good, and now has been recently. And you can't really always trust Matt Strahm. Jeff Hoffman is very good, but sometimes he's in a valley. So the Phillies, I would say, instead of a fifth starter, who I know I've talked about getting before, I've talked about that I want as a fifth starter. But I think instead of a fifth starter, I think you need to go out and go get a bullpen arm. Number one, to take a lot of these innings and stress off of Dominguez and Alvarado. You need to bring somebody in that can eat innings and that has the playoff experience. And, and then you need that center fielder. I don't care if it's Luis Roberts, Bellinger, or Kyle Tucker, or the new one, Brent Rooker. I don't care. I want a guy that can play. I need guys. We need guys. That's it. We need guys. We need bullpen arms. And then also, just to finish this up, we got a couple more minutes left. Not a lot of people. It's a little bit different by myself. But so Zach Wheeler. God damn. Zach Wheeler, who started game one against the Dodgers, left the game in the sixth, who was pitching brilliantly. Left the game in the sixth because he was experiencing lower back tightness. They took him out of the game and they sent him for an MRI. MRI comes back clear, but After this series against the Dodgers, the Phillies go and they play at home the Oakland Athletics. And Wheeler was scheduled to pitch Saturday. He has been taken out. He's been taken out. He will not be pitching Saturday. So he will not be pitching Saturday. We still don't know who is going to be his replacement. We don't know. I'm sure we will know closer to game time. But Wheeler is not pitching. They want to give him rest and figure out what's going on. It's nothing big, but they want to figure it. They want to give him some rest. They don't want to hurt him against the Oakland Athletics. But we're going to end this stream here. Not a lot of people in here. I'm sorry for the early start, but I appreciate and love every single one of you. You guys are the best. Phillies looking for the sweep tonight. I'm excited. I think they will. We'll see. I'm going to have my live stream. I'm going to have my Phillies recap, series recap, whatever, tonight after the game. I'm going to post my clip right after on Instagram, TikTok. But since it's the end of the stream, I appreciate and love every single one of you. While you guys are at it, go to my TikTok, my Twitter, and Instagram, and go follow me at Broad Street Sports. I talk Philly sports every single day, whether it's a podcast like this or a live stream like this. I'm always talking sports. But the Philly, I want to get off this stream. We touched on a couple beautiful topics. I am more excited for Sixers basketball than I am for Eagles football. And I think that when JT Realmuto comes back, Rafael Marchand should stay up, and Garrett Stubbs should be sent down to AAA. And I also went over a couple of the Phillies talk. Zach Wheeler will not be pitching Saturday against the Oakland Athletics. We don't know who is taking his spot. And Nola's pitching right now. Ranger Suarez has not pitched so well, but I appreciate and love every single one of you. Thank you guys so much. Have a good day. Go Phils.